But of course, before we even get to the crisis, there's this issue of awareness, and it's brought out by Rick and Diane's testimony about the work of the Alessandra Foundation. And I know that one thing that they've been working on is trying to create a statewide database, access to a database, so that people can, if they want to, can become aware if someone they're involved in his relationship is in fact has been previously convicted. And I guess I wanted to ask if either Diane or Rick know what the status might be at the state level, if anyone else does, of legislation. Has there been anything that's being introduced in this session? And that may be helpful for us as we decide whether the cities, we can get behind it. And thank you, Rick.
Yeah, I can address that. So we had one of the board members of the foundation is an attorney, and he drafted some rough language. So we've submitted that into the Senate for review. And I don't have the answer back yet, but we didn't get a positive response, and I don't know why. So we're you know, right now it's a tough call, but the language has been written. So what I want to do is get it to you so you can review it, and if there's holes in it, then we'll fix it.
Sure.
So it was a draft, but we did our due diligence. We met several times, and we were asked to come up with language, and we were basically told I'm not going to support it. So
okay.
We can talk later, but
sure.
We need to push that somehow to say, okay, that's not good. What is good?
Right. I agree.
We tried to make it a simple task where there's 25 agencies that can look at the data, law enforcement. We just wanted to add a 26th, which would be a foundation that could develop this, we call it an offender search engine.
Right.
And run that from there, and then there's like 4 pages of information. So we'll share that with you.
Thank you, Rick. I look forward to talking to you about that offline, seeing how we can help. And I know, Chief, we've had some brief conversations about the possibility of creating perhaps a countywide concept similar to what's been proposed here at the state level. Have we had any feedback from our partners at the county about whether or not there's a way we could together create something like that?
I've had some conversations with our county partners. I will say there's definitely a will to do that, and to do it on a countywide basis. I like Rick and Diane, I'm at a loss as well as to why this isn't moving forward. But at the very least, I think from a countywide perspective, I believe we definitely should give it a shot.
Okay. And perhaps then we can take that up as we're thinking about the list of things that we want to do proactively to address this crisis that we face. And
Mayor, we had our meeting with the city Sacramento lobbyists this morning, and I put them on notice, briefed them on the issue, and that this was on that all of you had approved this as part of our legislative priorities on January 30th. So we are eager to be working with our lobbyists, and they can also take a look at the legislation.
Sure. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that.